see Idahoans stand vandal strong. The University of Idaho is holding vigils in 2 hours for the 4 students who were stabbed to death at a home on King Road in Moscow back on November 13th.
Dozens of schools around Idaho also turned their stadium lights on in honor of Kaylee, Madison, Xana, and Ethan. Our Morgan Romero is in Moscow for the vigil.
And she joins us live now in front of the county courthouse. Morgan?
Good afternoon, Doug and Shira. That vigil is going to be held, like you said, in a couple hours at the Kibbe Dome on University of Idaho's campus for the 4 victims whose lives were taken too soon. That starts at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Originally, that vigil was scheduled to be outside, but because of the weather here, as you can see, there's a lot of snow on the ground. It's been snowing pretty consistently up until a little bit ago, so they have moved that vigil from outside to inside. We got up here yesterday afternoon, and I have spent the last 24 hours talking to students, to alum, to law enforcement officials, and today, for the first time, we heard from the Latah County prosecutor. Since the beginning, authorities have said that this attack on Kaylee, Xana, Madison, and Ethan was targeted, even though they don't have a suspect identified or a suspect in custody. Yesterday, the prosecutor told a national news outlet and said that investigators believe the house was targeted, but couldn't say yet whether a particular person in the home was targeted. Today, the prosecutor, Bill Thompson, told me he's not sure where the confusion is coming from, and investigators believe this attack was focused on one specific person in the home, although he says they don't know for sure which of the 4 victims it was. Investigators are trying to rebuild the timeline of what happened on November 12th and November 13th, and they're trying to analyze evidence and information at this point because they don't have a suspect or murder weapon yet. That's unsettling for alum like Josie Jones, who I talked to today. She planned to be in Moscow for this vigil tonight. She graduated just 2 years ago and says she knows many people who are hurting because of this. She felt she needed to be here to support her vandal family and the community. Right now, she lives in Portland, and she and her boyfriend, who's from Moscow, planned to drive in at 3 a.m., but the snowstorm here kept them away.
We're vandals, vandals strong, give people a hug, talk to them, hear their stories. If you're from the 80s or if you just graduated last year or you're still here, being a vandal is very unique. It really is a tight-knit community. Or if you're in town, if you're not in town and you can't go because of the snowstorm, say a prayer for each other, be there for you. Message your friends, message your professors, everyone's affected by this in some way.
Josie says she'll stream the vigil from home. She'll light some candles. She also ordered flowers that she was planning to pick up here in Moscow from a local flower shop. She hopes someone else will pick them up and deliver them to the vigil and the families of the victims if they plan to be here. U of I, meanwhile, is asking people to turn on their porch lights to stand in solidarity. We are going to be streaming that vigil tonight on ktvb.com. We're also going to be airing it on Channel 7. Additionally, in my interview with Bill Thompson, he said that they do not have a suspect in mind at this point. It's not that they're not releasing the name, they just don't have one. He says investigators have made a lot of progress, though, and they've eliminated some potential suspects along the way as well. I'll have much more from his interview coming up in a half hour on the news at 4:30.
And I do want to, Morgan, thank you so much. I do want to mention we're going to be carrying the U of I Vigil live right here on News Channel 7 and our website starting at 6 o'clock. And Morgan will have full reporting on it tonight on the news at 10. Morgan, good to see you. Thank you.